Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Six Figure Side Hustle with Chris Johnson. I built a six-figure brand on social media, and you could do it too. I'm the owner of 17th Watches and Johnson Media Marketing. So first, I'd like to say thank you for purchasing the webinar, and I'm pretty confident that you're going to take something away from here that you're going to be able to apply immediately and see results in your hustle, or at least get an idea of where you want to hustle or how. So here's a quick overview of what we're going to go through. And now let's get to it. So the internet has leveraged businesses and entrepreneurship and hustling, and it's a different way to make money. So your traditional way to make money is your dollars per hour times the hours that you work, your salary divided by how many weeks, hours, months that you work. But unfortunately, it's just not going to cut it, right? So what happens if you want to take a vacation, you need some extra money? What happens if you have a family emergency? You can't just say, oh, I'm just going to extend my work week to 65 hours versus 45. You need someone's permission to do this. Seems like you need permission to do everything, right? So we're going to take matters in our own hands, and we're hustling. So here's what I did. I went on Alibaba, which is an extremely popular website to find manufacturers in China. And anything you want in here, anything you want to produce, you can find manufacturers. They'll help you out if you want to make headphones, if you want to make toilet paper, if you want to make tables, mirrors, lights, lamps, doesn't matter, whatever it is. So this is the exact place where I got my first manufacturer when I created the watch company. So yeah, we're going to talk about what kind of products should you be looking for, or are you looking for, right? So what I did is I went ahead and searched electronic skateboards into Alibaba, and this is what I came up with, right? I found a pretty good deal here. So the price for these skateboards are between 90 and 150, and that's a 10 MOQ, which means you got to order 10 pieces minimum, right? And let's say worst case scenario, you pay $150 per piece times 10 pieces, which is $1,500 plus the cost to ship to you, right? So we're looking at $1,850 for 10 pieces. By the way, whoever's looking at this is probably a good idea, right? Because you're going to see how the numbers pan out. So we're going to focus on pricing, right? So the most important thing for you to know about pricing is price is the strongest indicator of quality. So just take a quick look at all these fans here. Now, which fan do you think is going to break down the fastest? Right? Chances are you don't know, right? None of us know which one's going to break down the fastest. But those prices kind of give us our guess, right? And I say our guess because we don't know. Nobody knows, right? If we were to remove these prices, you wouldn't know which fan was the best. So your price, in the same way where you think if you buy something cheap, that means it was made in a cheap way. Same thing if you sell something cheap. People are going to assume it's cheap as well. So keep that in mind whenever you think of a product or service or whatever it is that you're offering. You go too low and people aren't going to take you serious, or they're going to think your products are trash. All right, so I went on the internet and I looked for electronic skateboards to see what people are selling these skateboards for, these electronic skateboards. So I found this website. It was actually the top website when I searched electronic skateboards on Google. So they're running a lot of ads, I can tell. So in the bottom left-hand corner, I clicked the most affordable, right? The 1.0 electric skateboard. The price for this was $449. All right, $449, and we know we could find them 10 boards for $150 a piece. So let's look at this. I call this one profit is king. All right, so the cost per board is, we'll say, $185. So what we did was we took how much the product was individually, and then how much the shipping was in total, divided that up by the amount of boards that we got. So that gives us an average cost of $185. So this website is selling for $449 and then an $89 ship rate. And I can tell you $89 to ship that little board is not, that's not real, right? So we're paying, her customer is going to pay $538. It cost her $185, and let's say it cost her $20 extra to ship. So her profit is looking like $333. $333 per board that she sells, right? How many boards does she need to sell to make a killing every year? So if she sells, we'll say every month, if she sells 32 boards a month, she's at 5 figures, right? 32 boards, that's all it takes to get to $10,000 a month, right? Who's going to turn down $10,000 a month? Probably nobody. Factor in some marketing there, and she's probably going to walk away with, you know, $8,000-9,000 every single month. So something I just kind of wanted to I want to tell you guys about is a lot of companies make money in the shipping as well. So if they're charging $89 to ship, and it's their shipping cost is only $25, they snuck in some extra money there. So keep that in mind. You could probably do the same thing, just not on a huge scale like that. When you're asking customers to spend X amount of money, you want to keep that shipping cost, whatever it costs to ship it to your customer, and how much you're charging them, you want to keep that extremely close, right? But a lot of people cut corners, and you know, they get greedy and they want to make profit off the shipping as well. So I'm not a big fan of that. I would suggest everyone stay away from that. All right, so Chris, 32 sales a month, 12 months, that's a lot of people, right? 384 sales, 384 people per year. Is that a lot of people? Hell no, it's not, right? There's 7.6 billion people. Just go ahead and divide that by how many people actually speak English, and then how many of those English speakers have access to the internet, right? And then there goes your market. Like, you're not smart enough to know how big the market is. I'm not smart enough to know how big the market is. All I do know is that there's 32 sales a month gets you 5 figures. So yeah, let's keep that in mind, right? So all right, on to the next one. Marketing level 1, to go with the traffic. We're going to call level 1 going with the traffic. Now here's where I'm going to share my story on how I created 17th Watches. So when I created my company, I focused on who I knew, right? At the time, when I launched my company back in 2015, I had 330 Facebook friends. I had 87 Instagram followers, right? So take a look down there at those Instagram likes. I have 14 likes. I'm the middle of 7 kids, so I would probably assume 6 of those likes came from one of my siblings. So you don't have to have a large Instagram following initially. My 330 Facebook friends, yeah, I got 24 likes there, 4 shares. I didn't really have a big audience. So for those of you who are like, oh, well, nobody follows me, I don't know who I'm going to sell to, blah, 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 blah. We're going to get to that, but don't lose any confidence, right? And I'm also going to tell you, when I relied on who I know to buy, I ended up having a month like I had this February, right? Which this February meaning here, February 2012. So I had 0 sales, 0 orders. I was only relying on people that I knew. I was posting on Facebook daily. I was posting on Instagram daily. I was showing behind the scenes stuff, all this, like, you know, I was trying to do the most, but I didn't have any eyes on. So this is where it kind of hit me. I started off with 200 watches, and they were all the same design. So that's kind of hard to get someone to take your brand serious if you only have one model and you have a lot of that one model, right? So the first day I launched the company, I sell 16 watches to, of course, my closest friends and family. everyone's like, yeah, we're going to support you, yippee, right? So 16 orders right off the bat. I'm thinking, oh man, this is amazing. The 17th order, because it's called 17th Watches, was going to get something, was just going to get a cool gift, right? I waited and waited and waited weeks until order 17 came, right? Order 17 comes, it's from one of my coworkers. She bought the watch. I gave her an extra watch for whoever she wanted to give it to because she was the 17th order. I probably waited 4 or 5 weeks between order number 16 and order number 17. What happened after that is another drought. I waited again from 17 to 18. I waited and I waited and I waited. And one day I went to work, and one of my friends, coworkers, he asked me, he said, hey man, how's, the company going? I'm like, well, I got 16 orders. It's been probably about 2 months. And then, I got 17 orders. And he said, I have a question for you. How many of those people have you sold to that you don't know? And my answer was 0. My answer was 0. And I'm like, wow, like maybe he's onto something. And then he told me something that kind of, opened my mind up. He said, there's more people in this world that you don't know than you actually do know. And I'm like, man, you're right. So the world is, big. The world is yours. I had to get to the people that I didn't know. So I came up with a plan, right? I wanted to grow my social media. I wanted to grow my Instagram in particular because Instagram is big on images. And I know if I'm going to sell a physical product, I got to have good images, right? So like I said, I started off with 87 friends on Instagram. And right now I'm about 28,000 in. So how I was going to grow my Instagram, I'm going to teach you how to grow your Instagram. And you can grow it at a pretty decent rate. What you want to do is have a theme, and what your theme is, the things that you're going to post about, the things that you actually care about, right? And then for me personally, my theme was like hustle, family, military, and traveling. So your themes could have sub themes as well, or subcategories as well, right? So for instance, if my theme of hustle or self-improvement, I could put up a video of Gary Vee talking, or I could put up a video of somebody getting interviewed, or, like my favorite rapper or something getting interviewed talking about the hustle, or talking about the grind, or talking about believing in yourself. It all kind of fits into that theme. Or I can post a picture of me, shipping off orders, or I can post a picture of me doing whatever. So if you take a look down there on my Instagram account, there's a video of all these boxes in my trunk. So that feels, that falls in line with the theme of hustling, right? So hustle, family, military, and traveling. So after you find your theme, you write down these 4 or 5 things that you want to, focus your Instagram around. So then there's always like a message to be pushed. And there's like a sense of consistency with who you are, because you have to think all these people don't know you. So if you post something crazy, they might think, he's just having a crazy moment. Maybe she's just having a crazy moment. That's not the way you're perceived. The way you're perceived is they must be like this. You know how we judge on the internet really quick. So anyways, you want to find your tribe. All your tribe should be interested in your theme. If a picture that I take or that I find doesn't serve any of those themes, I don't post it. There's like no need, like some of those funny memes that pop up and stuff, like I look at them, I'll send them out in a group message, but I'm not going to post them, right? Because it doesn't fit with my theme. And then you want to make friends, not followers, right? So I would say I have 28,000 friends, not 28,000 followers. I know I don't have that many friends, but I like to look at it that way. All right, so how I grew my Instagram. Let's get down to the good stuff. So I found those people who fit my theme. I followed them. I commented on their pictures. They commented on mine. I replied to them. So for instance, if there's a military page, I'm going to go like those people who are in the military. I can tell they're in their uniform from their display picture. Excuse me. And I'm going to follow them. I'm going to like them, comment, all this stuff. Back in 2015, 2016, this worked really well. You could just follow and unfollow anyone who didn't follow you back. Now you get penalized. You get penalized heavy for doing that. So I wouldn't suggest doing too much of that, but you could still grow your Instagram fast by getting posted in groups. So there's always like or I should say community pages. So there's always like a community page that people go to for their source of information or their source of whatever. You know, there's travel pages, there's military pages, there's fitness pages. You get posted in one of those pages either by earning a post or paying for a post, and then tagging yourself or having them tag you in that post is a very quick way to grow your Instagram. Or you can go on popular pages related to your theme and then look in the comments, right? So if I go to the Entrepreneur Magazine, their Instagram page, and let's say they have 1.5 million followers, and they post something about how entrepreneurs are lonely and nobody understands their grind or something like that. And I'm going to go look in the comments and I'm going to be like, you know, I'm going to see like Timothy Williams and I'm like, yeah, bro, just keep your head down and keep hustling. I go through the same thing, you know, like it's ups and it's downs, but that's what we chose. He's probably going to like or comment back. I'm going to follow him. Cool. That's a really quick way to get followers. But the key to this is you actually have to care. You actually have to give a shit about the person you're talking to, right? So just like, you know, don't say generic ass weird stuff. Actually be interested. Or I should say, once you click on their profile to check them out, don't talk to people you're not interested in, right? Because what you want to do is every time you post something, you want these people to be engaging and you want to engage with them. If you aren't interested in them as a person, just keep it moving. So when I was talking about sub themes, right? So one of my themes is the military, right? And military pages, or like, you know, me being a vet. So a gun page kind of fits with my theme of being in the military. Military guns go hand in hand, get it, right? So there's subcategories. And then what I was saying earlier about if there's a video of someone speaking, there's maybe a highlight reel or something that, you know, applies to you, that applies to your theme, whatever it is, as long as it applies to that thing, it's okay to post it. Here's my YouTube video or my YouTube channel, and I have a video on how to grow your Instagram. There's 8 steps. I just gave you half of them. Go watch that video. It'll I elaborate a little bit more on how to grow your Instagram account. But growing your Instagram account gives you social validation, right? Growing your social media account gives you social validation. So you have to think, the first time I follow someone, I have 87 followers, and I follow somebody, they're going to be like, who is this guy? I don't know you, blah, 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 right? Like, okay, maybe I'm not going to follow you back. But when someone with 15,000 followers follows you or comments on something that you do, and you only have 125 followers, you're like, oh, they're paying attention to me. So it's kind of like rolling a ball downhill. Once you get started, once you get that momentum, it just stacks. All right. So I call this one right here, down in the DMs, right? Your DMs are direct messages, private messages. Some people call them PMs. So what I was doing as I was building my Instagram is every person who followed me back for a span of 5 months, I DM'd them. It got to the point where Instagram blocked me from DMing people, right? I would try to click on message. I try to send somebody a message. It wouldn't work, right? I was blocked, but the results were ridiculous. The results were ridiculous, right? So here's an exact message I sent to someone, a stranger, complete stranger, that eventually became a sale. So I say, hey, what's up? Thanks for following me. I'd like to introduce myself, and for you to do the same. I want to use my social media platform, you know, to network. Let's keep in touch. My name is Chris. This is where I'm from. I'm an entrepreneur. I own 17th Watches. So, you know, that's a heads up for all these watches you're about to see on my Instagram. Where are you from? Who are you? What do you do? Welcome to my page. They reply. Her name was Taylor. She was from Memphis. She was into real estate. She wholesale real estate. She also hosted classes and courses and stuff. So it's pretty cool. So she fits in my theme of like hustling. She was a hustler herself. And this exact person that I DM'd, this eventually became a sale. So what I realized is when I stopped talking to people that that I already knew, I stopped talking to people I already knew. There's no point of me trying to convince my old high school football teammates to buy a watch. They see me posted every day. If they're not going to buy, they're not going to buy. Let me go find someone else who will. So in 2016, here was a 5-month window of me talking to people I knew. 5 months from January to May, 5 months of me talking to people and posting and announcing to people I already knew via Facebook and Instagram, and sometimes Twitter. Wasn't too active on Twitter back then, but this is what happened. In 5 months, I made $2,300, right? So that's a little bit under $500 per month. You're not going to get too far with $500 a month, but you might knock out, a light bill. You might knock out your cell phone bill or something like that. So when I started DMing people back in June, it just hit me like DM everybody, like everyone who comes, just DM them. If they leave you on red, who cares? They unfollow you, who cares? They block you, who cares? I need these sales because I want my company to do well. And the pressure was on too. I had just got out of the military. So I started this company while I was in the military. So I just got out of the military in April, so in the middle of this. So I was like, yeah, the pressure is really on now. So I start DMing people. So let's look at the difference between me DMing people every day for 5 months and me not DMing people every day for 5 months. And the results, or, I tripled my sales. So I tripled my sales in, just by messaging people. So anyways, I got up to a point where I'm doing 7,200 over, a 5-month window, a little bit over 1,000 a month. And it felt good. I'm getting some orders. It felt pretty good. So I knew I was kind of onto something, but this is back in 2016. Instagram was a little different. All right. So this is level 2 of marketing, which I call it playing in traffic. So if you would imagine, if you're in traffic, let's say, you walk up to the highway and there's bad traffic and you go car to car trying to sell something. You're trying to sell, I don't know, whatever it is. And you're going car to car, DM to DM, message to message, individual to individual. It's going to take a while. You do get results. Like I just showed you, I got results. I tripled my sales. But it takes a while to sit and talk to everybody. It would be more efficient if I had a billboard while everyone's sitting in traffic. If everyone's sitting in traffic and my billboard is up here, most people are going to look this way, right? So playing in traffic is the way to go. And I like to describe that like this. You strategically place yourself to be seen, praised, or discovered, right? And it all started from one tweet. I actually read someone's tweet one time, and it says the easiest way to go viral on Twitter, which still holds true to till today, the easiest way to go viral is to call out some type of contradiction, right? Some type of, it was this way, but what about this, or something like that, right? So long story short, I was walking through the mall. I seen these pants in a store. I used to put shoestrings around my belt buckles when I was growing up, like in the early 90s. Like we were too broke to go buy belts and stuff. So I would do that. Plus I was a skater. So I understood both sides. One, you're poor. Two, I'm a skater. I understand both of it. Now to see that in a store is mind blowing. You know what I mean? Because you're like, damn, people used to be like, bro, you're ghetto for doing that and this and that and this and that. And now you see it in stores. It became culture. So then, I tweeted this, ghetto's creativity that hasn't been stolen. So you can't really see, but on February 15th of 2018 of this year, that's when I tweeted it. But it was at nighttime, 9:37, right? Plus, I'm on Pacific time, so you have to think like in New York, it's already midnight. In Miami, it's already late. So the next morning, the tweet kind of took off even more. I woke up to so many messages, so many response. Half the people were complaining. Some people are saying, no, skateboarders started that. It's not a ghetto thing. Skateboarders started that. In reality, I don't care who started it. You know what I mean? I don't really care if Santa Claus started it. I just like the fact that people were coming to my page. So then I decided to capitalize. So underneath that, I linked the tweet. So this tweet ended up doing 20,000 retweets, right? So some of you guys might have seen tweets that are way bigger than 20,000. But anyways, it ended up doing 20,000 retweets in a span of like 3-4 days. It kind of went viral for like 3 days. So underneath this tweet, I said I own a watch company. I own a watch company. My price ranges are this. There's a 20% off sale because it's February, Black History Month. I'm a Black business owner. Boom, this starts getting retweeted as well. So then I'm like, man, people are hitting my website. I'm getting retweeted. There's just all types of traffic going on. So then it came to my mind that I need to make people an offer they can't walk away from once they get on my website. And that's what I did. I'm buying, buy any watch, get this Rose Gold Cylinder watch for free, no code necessary. And the results, so February 15th to February 17th, right? The 15th, 16th, and 17th, 3 days. Here we go. That month, I end up doing $11,000 in sales. The month before, I'll tell you, January of 2018, I did $1,800 in sales. So my sales were up ridiculous. Like they were something ridiculous, right? So if you notice, it says February 19th. You can see before the 19th, which was the 17th, the 18th, on the 17th, the 16th, and the 15th, there was a peak right there, right? That's from that 3-day window. That 3-day window, I ended up bringing in like $1,100, I believe, which was almost as much as I did the previous month because I went viral on Twitter and I capitalized on that, right? When I went viral on Twitter, I didn't have a lot of followers. I think I have 500 followers. So for me to go viral and to capitalize is pretty like important to let you know you don't have to be a big Twitter account. You don't have to be a big anything. But if you do go viral, if you do get to the traffic, plan traffic, make people offer they can't refuse, and you'll capitalize. So the entire 2016, I did $12,200 in sales. The entire 2016. I almost beat that in 1 month this year, right? All right, here we go. The Instagram gold mine. So the tweet wasn't the only way I brought traffic to my page. What my brother, so I have a younger brother who has a clothing company, and he was paying, so his brand is based on the 90s. So they have like a lot of 90s apparel. So, excuse me, he would pay a 90s page, like a 90s music page, to post, their products, blah, blah, blah. Some of these pages will have 70,000 followers. He gives them 20, 30 bucks. They post them. He does $400 in sales. And I'm like, wow, I need to try that too. And I'm in the spirit because, I just hit the jackpot on Twitter with the tweet. So I'm like, why? Let me try that too. So that's what I did. I found a military page, right? I found this dude who runs this military page. I said, hey, can I pay you to be posted? I think there's 80,000 people in there, right? 80,000 people on that page. I said, can I pay you to be posted? He said, yeah. I said, send me your Cash App, right? He sends me his Cash App. He didn't tell me how much or whatever. I just said, hey, I'll buy you dinner, thanks. So I sent him 50 bucks. That $50 ad. So look at the date on that Cash App receipt. February 22nd, I paid $50. That very day, I did $2,000 in sales, right? $50 for, a $2,000 day. And I believe this is the first time I ever did $2,000 in a day. No, actually, I did it once before. So this is the second time I ever did, $2,000 in a day. And I'm like, wow, that's crazy because I only paid $50. So if you ever like purchase a course or anything like that before, you'll know people will tell you, oh, I made $47,000 this weekend. Want to know how I did it? Like at this point, I can figure out how you made $47,000 this weekend. You spent $45,000 on marketing to make $47,000 back, right? But you aren't going to really find gold mines like this where you can find a page, run a good ad. When I say a good ad, I mean like there's good words inside of your ad, built inside of that picture, telling your story, and pay $50, and then making an offer people can't refuse when they get to your page. Therefore, it's an impulse buy. It's right there on the spot. So $2,000 that day. All right. So here's how you get to these pages. You just go search on Instagram, and when you find a page that they all group around some idea, so this one is about, right-wing memes. Notice it says DM for ads. So all you have to do is send them a message. You don't know what to say? Here it is right here. I'm telling you exactly what to say. So I said, good morning. We are a veteran. This is from my business account. So I'm saying we, right? We are a veteran-owned and operated watch company looking to run an ad on your page to help promote/grow our business. Please let us know your rates if this is possible. They said, hi, let me send over our rates. Individual page promotions. So this is important. He said individual page promotions, but you can't see that, but you can't see underneath this message, but he owned 3 pages. So he gave me the price for the first page, the price for the second page, the price for the third page, and then he gave me the price for all of the pages. So I ended up paying the price to get promoted on all 3 pages. All 3 pages had different sizes. They had different, like one had like 70,000, one had like 325,000, and one had I think 200,000 people, right? So I messaged them, I hit them up. The reason why I think this fits into the theme of the company, because these people are right-wing, they're extremely patriotic. I'm a military vet, let me try my card, right? So I download this app and I put like this post together. It says veteran-owned watch company, 17th watches. Is having a customer appreciation day. That's a sale I did on a different day, but this is the type of thing that I would send them. And then notice I send them the caption as well that says, let's show Army vet at myself, very important, at yourself, right? Your personal page is, and his company, boom, insert business page, some support, striving for success after the uniform comes off. Why do you put your personal page there? Because people are going to hit your personal page. They're going to see this guy is kind of like me because of his theme, right? And then they're going to follow you there. So that's another way, you know, I was saying earlier about having someone post you. So this ad's working for me in 2 ways. It's growing my personal page. It's growing my my company page. All right. So I was stuck in that level 1 zone where I was only doing, you know, 15, anywhere I would say between $400 and $1,800, $1,900 a month. I was stuck in that for 27 months. It took me 27 months to figure out how am I going to get to making real money without spending a shitload of money on ads, right? Like I didn't want to go to Facebook and spend all this money and try to figure it out, figure this out, figure this out, figure this out. Now that I'm at this point where I've made a lot of money, now I want to go and do it. But I was looking for the most efficient way to be effective. So anyways, so here was March. So February, we did 11,000. I did 11,000. March comes, I do 22,900. And then the next month in April, my sales plunged from 22,900 to 4,100. And I ran into my first big problem. But it's actually a good problem to have. My first big problem was I ran out of inventory. I sold so much in March and in February that I ran out of inventory. I didn't have anything. I barely had anything else to sell. Now, mind you, this 4,100 that I got in April is still a lot more than what I did before while still in level 1 marketing. So still a lot of money, but it's a big plunge. I re-up on the inventory and I'm right back in the game, $19,000 the next month. All right. So email marketing. When you start getting in the flow and you're playing in traffic, a lot of people are going to come to, they're going to come to your page, right? When they come to your page, the first thing you want to do is grab their email. So do you see how it says join our newsletter? Because people might click on your page. So let's say maybe you get 100 people that hit your page and 25 of those 100 just bounce right away. Like they click on your page and then they get distracted because, you know, our monkey mind, and they're gone. Let's say, so you got 75 people left. Let's say 25 actually drop an email, because as soon as you pop up, as soon as it pops up, you get their email. Actually, let's say 50 people give you an email. Out of those 50 people, 3 or 4 people actually go through and buy. Right? So, but you still have all these emails. So you send out emails weekly, you send out emails bi-weekly with discounts. I do $50 Fridays, right? So I pick a watch, and whatever watch I feel like picking, and I announce it for sale, $50, right? And I just send it out on an email. I actually don't even have to build the emails anymore. I have an app, which I'm gonna talk to you about, and I just press a button. It goes out to everyone who's subscribed to my newsletter. I get sales, right? It's the fastest way to get sales because you're targeting people who have already proven to be interested in your company by giving you their email. All right, so building your online store, you want to keep it sweet and simple. You don't want people rolling all over your website looking for the about you, looking for the returns, looking for whatever, short and sweet. Here's the website. Here's who we are. Here's what we're about. You should be using your social media platforms to show people who you are and what you're about. So then when they get to the website, they can just buy, So keep it short, keep it simple. Use Shopify. I don't recommend any other thing. I'll never recommend any other platform. Use Shopify. You can link your Facebook market to Shopify. You can sell directly on Instagram from Shopify. You do so much stuff, and Facebook and Shopify go hand in hand. So when it's time for you to run ads through Facebook and retargeting ads and this, that, and the third, Shopify is going to be, extremely easy to configure everything from Facebook in there. All right. Here are some apps for your website. Here are the exact app. These are the exact apps that I have plugged in. So I just want to talk to you about, a few of them, like the dynamic banner. So what that did is, you see this here. You see where it says free blue S2 with the next 8 watch orders plus, 30% off the entire store. So that's a banner that I've made, and I want that to stay on the top of the page. So remember when I say give somebody an offer that they can't walk away from, who's going to be able to walk away from buying a watch? You're interested in watches anyways. That's why you're on my website. Buying a watch, getting a free watch, saving 30% off of your watch. And you want to put that offer right in people's face, right? You don't want to wait for them to go add something to the cart and then it pops up and says, oh, by the way, you want to give them a reason to even put something in the cart. So you put something in the cart and your option for a free watch is going to appear. So Kit is an app that texts me every morning. They text me, Christopher, yesterday we made $400. This weekend we made $4,000. Yesterday we had $1,500 in sales, 24 customers. Yesterday we did this. This weekend we did this. Yesterday we did this. Hey, would you like to run an ad? Hey, I noticed there's a lot of people on your website right now. Should we capitalize with a Facebook ad? And my replies to this in my text message straight to my phone, my replies to this is 1 for yes, 2 for no. 1 for yes, 2 for no, 3 for preview the email campaign you want to send out. So when I build my email list, I'm going to turn around and let Kit analyze the email list, come up with campaigns, this, that, and the third, and send them out while I'm, just playing on my phone, clicking a few buttons. Lead Dino, which is affiliate marketing. So if you're not familiar with affiliate marketing, that's what this is. Affiliate marketing is if someone signs up to be my affiliate marketer, they get a special code. They take this special code and they promote 17th watches on their Instagrams, on their Facebooks, on their blogs, in their emails, wherever. Whoever they bring to the website, this app tracks all their movement on the website. And then when they get a sale, I'm offering a commission rate for bringing me that sale, right? So my commission rate personally is 25%. So everyone who signs up right now, I have 300 and something affiliates. So imagine when I send all my affiliates a email saying, hey, this weekend or this Friday, we're going to do $50 Friday with this watch. They could turn around and I'll say, here's some images to support that. So my photographer will send me images. I send my images out to my marketers, and I use those same images for my social medias. And then all those 300 people get to posting, they get to emailing, they get to blogging, they get to Pinterest, whatever. So I created this army of people, and then they'll be able to go see how much traffic did they bring to my website and how many sales have they generated. And then I pay them with a click of one button. So for you to have an affiliate marketing program is amazing. You want access to as many people as possible. And then there's like a social validation that comes with you saying, or someone saying, hey, I'm affiliate marketing for my friend Chris's company. Here's a link, blah, blah, blah. Like, oh, okay, you know him, you trust him, I can trust him too, right? It gives you like a social, proof, or it gives you some type of trust, just, by someone vouching for you. MailChimp is where I go. I can log into MailChimp, see everyone's email that I've been collecting, see what date that they came on. I could upload all this information to Facebook and run an ad. I can even run lookalike ads on Facebook. I'm not going to get into that, but everyone who's unsubscribed, so imagine I'm sending out emails, you're sending out emails, and people are like, hey, I don't want to see this anymore. They unsubscribe. Well, cool. It's glad that, I'm not glad that you don't want to be there anymore, but since I do have your information, I want to find someone who's similar to you when it comes to data, and I'm going to run a lookalike ad, and I'm going to go find the people who are just like you, the type of people that would be on the right wing page, and I'm going to run an ad to them. So anyways, MailChimp's extremely, extremely useful. Build up your email list that way, distribute emails, and then you can check and see, if you got any sales through the emails, your open rates, how many people opened, how many people received, how many emails bounced. So MailChimp's extremely important. MailMunch, I use that the same way I use MailChimp, but that's the actual pop-up. So when you go on the website and you see that pop-up that I showed you, this pop-up here, join our newsletter, that's MailMunch. And yeah, I use it the same way as I use MailChimp, send out emails. Oberlo is a drop shipping website. So what drop shipping is, I'm not going to dive too far into it. I don't drop ship. I buy an entire inventory and then I sell the inventory because I like that markup, the same markup from the electronic skateboards, where you don't have to sell 100,000 products every month to make money. You sell 32 and you're in 5 figures, right? So I like to buy my inventory because I don't need to sell as much because my profit margins are pretty high. Anyways, what Oberlo is it's a website that gives you direct access to manufacturers who are drop shipping. So, for instance, here are my pair of glasses. These pair of glasses cost me $90, right? Let's say I went on a website and I paid $90. I went on your website and I paid $90 for these glasses. What you did was you listed these glasses from Oberlo. These are actually Oberlo glasses. They're not 17th. They're not whatever your company, your brand is called. So you listed their products on your site, and they're going to charge you $12. So they're going to charge you $12, and you just charged me $90. You keep the difference. They will mail my glasses. They'll mail the glasses directly to your customer for you, right? So that's what drop shipping is. Sometimes I'll do it with bracelets. I don't want to buy a bunch of bracelets and have them just sitting around, laying around. Sometimes I'll drop ship bracelets, but it's a cool tool. It's a cool tool to use. Pre-order. So here's a really important strategy, a really cool strategy that I use all the time, and it saves me from spending a lot of money. So let's go back to this skateboard. All right, so here we are. Let's say we're going to pay $150 for a skateboard, and we're going to order 10, but we're going to put our logo on the front of the skateboard. So because we're going to put our logo on the front of the skateboard, it's going to take them 60 days to manufacture the skateboard, put my logo on the grip tape, change the design, the color, whatever I want. It's going to take them 60 days. So what I'll do is I'll order 1 or 2 samples. Let's say I order 1 sample, and the sample may cost me a little bit more than that $150 per piece. So let's say the sample cost me $200. All right. Keep this in mind. We have a $200 sample skateboard. So now what we're going to do with this app. All right, here we go. The pre-order hero. What we're going to do with this app is we're going to, when you go on your page, we're going to list this skateboard, first of all, we're going to hand our skateboard over to our photographer, and we're going to say, yo, do what you got to do with this. You know, give me some cool photos. Here's some similar photos that I want to use. So give me some cool photos, like, you know, take a picture of the skateboard like this, like this, like this, and like this. And then you turn around and list that on your Shopify, but you use their pre-order hero, and instead of it saying order now or add to cart, it says pre-order. And then you tell your customers, hey, it's going to be ready on this day and this day and this day, right? So imagine you take these pictures, you take these really cool pictures, and you post this skateboard for a pre-order, and you sell 7 of your skateboards for pre-order. So what happens is when the manufacturer wants, before they start making your money, before they start making your product, they're gonna ask you for half the money. Sometimes they ask you for 20%, but you got to pay up some money. So instead of paying up that $1,850 up front, let's say you paid $850 for them to get started, and then you paid for a sample for $200. So now you're at $1,050. And then you get 7 pre-orders. You take that money from those 7 pre-orders and you pay off the second half of your order from you pay off your manufacturer, and now you're good. So it could get to the point, and the goal, if you're going to use this strategy, is to get to the point where you can sell out of something before you physically touch it. So if you say, hey, I got 50 skateboards coming, pre-order it now, you can save $30 on the pre-order. They'll be ready in 35 days. They'll be ready in 40 days. They'll be ready whenever. Imagine if you sell every single one before you actually get it in hand. Amazing strategy, because you know there's a demand for it. So the next time you re-up on your supply, you increase the price point. All right, going down to Printful. Printful is a print on demand. What that means is if I make this shirt right here that says unbuyable, and you go on my website and buy it, Printful will make this shirt as soon as you buy it. So it kind of has like a drop shipping type of feel to it, where they're not going to make it until you order it, and they're going to charge me $12 to make the shirt. They're going to charge you, I'm going to charge you $25, so I'm going to keep the difference. They have shirts, hats, leggings, sweaters, posters, coffee mugs, pillows, you name it. You can come up with a design, slap it on this, slap it on a poster, sell it, and then Printful will mail that to your customer as well. Rewards. What I do with the rewards program is after you buy a watch from me, I send you an email saying, hey, refer 2 friends, and I'll refund you the cost of your watch. So imagine this. Imagine one of my customers buys a watch for $100. Then they turn around and get 2 people to buy a watch for $100 and $100, right? I refund the original customer saying, hey, thanks, man. Your watch was free because you brought me 2 more customers, right? And then let's say that's where the chain stops. Well, now I got 2 more customers, and I know 30% of all my customers are repeat customers. So they might come back, or the guy who got the free watch might turn around and buy another watch. So he likes his product. He might turn around and buy another watch. You'll never know, but that's what I use the rewards for. Shippo is an app that syncs to your orders. And then, so instead of going to the post office to get on the kiosk and write out the name of your customer, his email, his phone number, all this stuff, Shippo already has has a template for you to just click the dimensions of your shipping box, and then that's it. That's the end of that. Like, you put in the dimensions, you pay for the shipping, and that's it. So if USPS is going to charge you $7 to ship something, Shippo is going to charge you 5 cents. So you're going to pay $7.05, print out the label at your house, slap it on the box, spend no time at the post office. Shippo saved me so much time. I used to go to the kiosk. I would have 20 orders, and I'd sit at the kiosk, and I'd be there for forever, right? Show recent order. When you go on the homepage of a website and it pops up, there's a pop-up that says, hey, Jason from Kentucky just purchased this item or that item. That's what that's for. It shows real customers, but it doesn't give away their personal information. It'll just say first name and city, or first name and state, and then what they purchased. So your customers will know that, okay, real people are buying from here. You know, we can trust them. Spin a sale, I don't use that anymore. And then Ultimate special offers. What that is um, when I say buy the next 5 watches, get 1 free, you add 1 watch to your cart, and then the ultimate special offers will bring up your options. Hey, because you bought this watch, you can choose from these 3 to be free. Hey, because you spent $30, you can choose from a bracelet. So they'll let your customers pick and choose which rewards or which offers they want to take advantage of. So I highly suggest that, because you might want to do buy one get one freeze. You might want to do, spend 100, save 30%, things like that. All right, so here are some resources for you to get right to it. Like Fiverr, you can go cheap freelance services if you want a photo shoot, if you want a book cover, if you want graphic design, if you want someone to design your email template. Usually they all start at $5, and then you just build a package depending on how fast you want it, how many times are you allowed to edit it, this, that, and the third. 48-hour logos is a logo design contest, which I've gotten every single logo from 48-hour logos. So it's pretty cool. What you do is you tell all the designers what the reward is. So let's say your reward is $250 for the best logo. And then you say, hey, I have a bikini company. It's called Suns Out, Buns Out. So what happens, then you'll tell them, okay, I want palm trees in my logo, and I want cursive, or I want a sun. For suns, I want the actual sun somehow, some way. All these designers from all over will come and start designing. You'll have columns and rows of potential logos, and then you can say, hey, you change the font. Hey, you make the sun brighter. Hey, you do this. And then they'll just keep resubmitting. And then the contest runs for 48 hours. So once you post it, they get to designing right away. And then you pick the winner. So that's a really cool website if you want to design a logo, or if you're looking for somewhere to get a logo design from extremely talented people. USPS, I just figured this out recently, but you go in there and go to their business page, you can get free boxes instead of paying for boxes or packaging, or going to Walmart or Office Depot or wherever you can get it for free, right? Printful, we talked about that already. Alibaba is the manufacturing site where you can find anything to be made. So instead of like asking people, hey, where could I go to do this? Where could I go to do that? Where can I get this made? Go look on Alibaba. I promise you're going to find it. AliExpress, they're items that are already made. So let's say we want to buy that electric skateboard, but we didn't want to buy it wholesale. We didn't want to buy it, with an MOQ of 10. We just wanted 1. We can just go to AliExpress and get it. And then they also have a drop shipping feature. So if you want to build that into your website, you can drop ship from Alibaba or Oberlo, or you can drop ship from DHgate, which is another manufacturing website. India Mart is the same thing, manufacturing, but from India. So different regions of the world specialize in different things. For me, 97% of all watches are made in Asia. So, it's cool to have Alibaba. Sunglasses, majority of the good ones are made in Italy. So you want to find manufacturers from Italy. Bottom left of your screen is going to be that text message that pops up from Kit that says, hey, yesterday we sold, $2,000 to 11 customers. So I just wanted to show you guys that. It's pretty cool. And then from your phone, you could actually do everything from your phone. As long as you got an Instagram, Facebook app, Twitter app, Facebook Messenger. I know a lot of people don't like to use Messenger, but what happens is somebody writes to you on your Facebook page, and they say, hey, if I order this, how long will it take for me to receive it? And you don't respond to that, it hurts your rating. That's public in the Facebook eye. So when someone goes on your Facebook page, they say, his company never responds. So you want that Facebook Messenger so you're aware of who's trying to contact you. PayPal, so when you want to pay for advertisements, when you want to pay for suppliers, when you want to pay for supplies, or you want to pay manufacturers, you can use PayPal. And then they have a built-in insurance program. Video Shop, so you can edit videos. Cash App, you see how I use Cash App. I passed that. I mean, I paid someone to post me. I paid him $50. I made a good return. If I didn't have Cash App, or he didn't have PayPal, then we would have just been like, all right, how do I pay you? So Cash App is extremely important. I'm sure you use it personally. VSCO is the ultimate photo editing app. So you can change. Yeah, I'm not going to talk to you about editing photos. And then WhatsApp. Sometimes when you're talking to people on DHgate or AliExpress or Alibaba, sometimes you want to just move that to WhatsApp. You could send messages. You could send pictures. You could send your logo. You can send all these things. You can design like straight through WhatsApp instead of logging on to Alibaba every day. You can just talk to somebody on WhatsApp. So here are my contact. That wraps it up. Here's my contact information. On Twitter, I'm Nappy Boy with an O, not with a 0, not a O. Here's my phone number. So because you purchased this course, because you purchased this webinar, I'm gonna give you a free consultation. So if you want to talk to me, 30 minutes for free. There's my phone number. When you text me first. I'll know, hey, all right, this guy paid for it. This girl paid for it. Let's get on the phone. I'll give you my ideas. I'm gonna show you how you can get to it too. My email, same old Chris Johnson, if you have any questions or anything. And then if you want to go to my watch company, 17th-watches.com, and kind of just see what I do, see the deals that I run, see the offers, see when I change things, or, kind of just watch me, stalk me if you're new to this. Or if you want to go buy a watch, hey, be my guest, message me, I'll give you a discount. But that's it. That's all. Make sure you use that free 30 minutes, man. Hit me up. Let me know. I'd love to help you. And thank you so much. I appreciate you.